Good morning. 11 a.m., October 28th, 2023 on a Saturday. Oh, there again, I got that great big shiny reflection on my head somehow. I had a couple things come up as I was getting ready for the show. I do have audio confirmation, and what that means about a couple things coming up is I don't even have the Zoom started yet. But anyone that's waiting in Zoom, I will be with you in a little bit. Here, I'm going to go start as I do on Saturday mornings with the chat room. Well, I guess I need to give a little blurb first. This is the Saturday edition, about 2 hours long, with the Zoom session where you can ask questions. You can send questions to me by sending to this email address on the screen, asking questions on comments on any of my videos, or asking your questions in the chat room. Myself and the chat room are here, and we enjoy responding to your questions and trying to help find solutions to things. And for the Saturday show, my routine is to have a list of topics. So here's the show running and coming down here to the topics. So these are the topics that I have listed for today. Hang on a moment. Okay. uBlock, install uBlock Origin on Big Beast build and configure so YouTube does not object. There's a couple other nuances behind that I would like to deal with if we get to that one. First draft for a remote support training course that I'm working on. Big Beast build Lair updates. Oh, what is going on? It's dark back there. Scam blocked by Gmail, not by Microsoft Mail. That was an interesting case. We'll see if we get to that. Alice, when she's ready, may not be. I don't think it's going to be today because I don't see any emails from her. We want to do some work on her slow startup issues, or I'm suspecting a hard drive problem. Memory integrity cannot be turned on in core isolation on Big Beast build. That's a existing problem we discovered a couple weeks ago, and I'm just letting it sit there until I can demonstrate the fix for that live. Update regarding new XSplit symptom. Oh, October commercials. Let's see, I got to do the trigger word here for a moment. So I'm going to mute my microphone when I say her name over here. Set timer 56 minutes. 56 minutes. Okay, so at about the top of the next hour, I'm going to trigger a commercial. I've been doing that in October as a test, although I missed 1 week. And then there's reserved for viewer requests. Got a couple of those. All right, now let's get over to the chat room, say hello to people, then go to the Zoom session, and then see what people say about topic numbers. Scrolling through, there are some requests for topic numbers. I'm going to take a quick look. Let's see. Sort of 2, 6, 3, 8, 6, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I'm understanding which ones are being requested. The boss said 7:43 a.m. my time, which would, the show here starts at 11 a.m., so that was a few hours ago. Says, hello, happy Saturday. Greg Guy got second place. Congratulations. Darren Gilholm, hello. People saying chit-chats to each other. John Williams, good day to you. And hello to everyone in chat and Zoom. Let's see. Got up 11:30 a.m. Mai Tai. Mai Tai. He got up at 11:30 a.m. and drank a Mai Tai? Oh, wow. Alcohol already? Jeez. Mai Tai. Already watered. Not sure what I'm going to get done today. Just kidding. Ida Rivera, hello. Tim Cruz, hello. Hello, everyone. I'm back. I love this theme song. Oh, that was the trailer, was the Cheers theme song and video from the Cheers series, or Everyone Knows Your Name. Cheers. God bless you all. William Dawson, hello. Oh, I got a lot to catch up on. Chris Garrett, Chris Lakes, jeez, there he goes again. Chris Garrett, Rick Lake, Sin Vicious, Because I'm not reading them all. Not my favorite song or show from Ida. Prefer Rio by Duran Duran. Oh, all right. Maybe I go check that out. Moving on the floor now. You're a bird of paradise, cherry ice cream. I think I'm gonna guess that has to do with this song Rio. That's chit chat between a couple. Wouldn't you like to walk into a place and everyone knows your name? Always bring a smile to my face when it happens around here. I like that song for just that reason. Everyone knows your name. That's the biggest piece out of that. Ida just bought tickets for Culture Club. Yes, the originals. January 13th, we'll be remembering their first concert here when I was young with my hair painted in so many colors as rainbow. Or Ida, were you like a flower child or something? Awesome. Richard Rogers, Chris Garrett, Sin Vicious, Jeff, Ran, Richard, trying to get through quicker now. Speedy C, skipping names that I've already read. The topic numbers. Yeah, that was the name that I muted my microphone for. Bobby is on Zoom. Oystein, hello. Jonathan Oystein, good to see ya. What's up? How are you doing? I sent you an email. Ken, I am Groot. Gee, thank you, Ken. Now, for those who don't know how to translate, I am Groot. What Ken was saying there, that this is his favorite show in the whole wide world, and he's so happy to be here. That's what he said right there. Dennis, I have a comment on yesterday's live. I do believe I saw that. Yeah, you said that you were getting that that on that security update or definitions update. You were getting that on your Windows machines, Windows 11 machines. Jonathan, Richard, Ken, Jonathan. Okay, am I caught up? I think I'm caught up. Oh, let's see. He says he sent me an email. Let's see. All right. Yeah, Tim Cruz says he got a blue screen on his laptop yesterday evening. I don't know why. We could go look at the log on that and see what we can find out. Okay, I'm going to go start up Zoom. It'll take a little bit of doing. Usually I have this launched and prep. Let's see. First, I'm going to fix that camera issue by launching Longitude and see if it has, it's going to be ProStream Cam, Stream Cam. Is it that one? Oh, I might wind up with a little bit of difficulty here. Oh, you just saw my lighting go weird. I guess that's kind of okay, isn't it? Oh, let's fix the Big Beast Lair. This was the Big Beast Lair update. Turn lights on. Let's see if this works. There they go. And I took some stuff off the shelves back there so we can see those lights. Now, the thing is, I haven't quite got this figured out for it to consistently turn on with the right lighting effect. I want it to gradually change between colors for each of those light sconces. I think that is. I think it's doing it. Now, let's try again for Zoom. Zoom up on that screen. Thinking I might have a little bit of difficulty with my right computer. Okay. Get ready to mute your YouTube in Zoom. Join with computer audio. Oh, we got a camera on Bobby Warren. That's good, Bobby. More towards your head. Didn't want to be looking at your legs, okay? Oh my gosh. Now let me figure out my camera. It's not good when I don't have this set up in advanced. I don't got my camera there anywhere. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and see what I can accomplish here. Now YouTube's seeing a black screen. Working on it, working on it. There. All right, now YouTube is seeing chat. We have Tim Cruz, we have Bobby Warren. Bobby, can we see your face instead of looking at your neckline of your t-shirt? Yeah, okay. Now, let me try getting audio here.
Hello, Doug.
Oh, you are there. Audio is there. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Tim.
Hello, DougBetts.
Hello, William Dawson.
I like your shirt. The purple color is really nice on you.
Thank you. Hello, William Dawson.
Hello.
All right, we got audio on all of yous. So Tim has a crash issue. Tim, let me see if I can knock out some of these shorter subjects before we turn that. Can we connect remotely to your computer today?
Yes, you can. Yes.
All right. All right. And
how you want to do it today?
Pardon?
Said, how would you like to connect today? Like, what do you want to use?
I said later, not now.
Later, okay.
Not now,
right.
Later. So I'd actually prefer y'all to mute your microphones for a bit here. Am I going to deal with that camera issue? Not at the moment. Okay, do another catch up here. Let's see, Dennis in chat, Greg Guy, Ken already said hello to those people. Bobby shaved, okay. And Jim, other projects to take care of, and he's saying later. All right. All right, on the subjects. uBlock origin and configure YouTube. So now I could hold that off to Monday, so that one's not too important. This one I do want to get to today. First draft remote support training course. Geez, is this lighting okay? Actually, it kind of maybe is good, but it's a little weird. Strange. When I started this YouTube channel, and my whole efforts towards getting an online presence is because I want to transition my business income to online from my, on-site support. Yeah, it's kind of blue. Well, that's the shirt. The walls look okay. Doug, stop looking at that. Okay. So the YouTube channel was part of doing that, although I didn't really expect that the YouTube channel itself would generate a lot of money until I got a lot of viewers, a lot of views. So this thing about doing training courses has always been in the background of my mind. And now I'm going to, I'm working with a training company regarding courses, regarding a training course. So I'm pursuing a particular training course, and I want to see if I can get a little feedback or just kind of put this out on the table and feel it, try it on for size. Oh, and I did that on Baby Beast. So it's not showing up there in my recent documents. Here it is. Okay. So this training company for online courses takes me through a particular process of putting the course together. So the piece that I have now, and I want to see what kind of reaction I get from people and try it on for size. When I describe this much, is an audience statement and a couple of micro niche statements. Now I'm not going to try to explain what they mean with those particular terminologies. But this first course is, I'm intending to be a course about providing remote support to professional technicians. This isn't for most of this audience that are here. I'm aiming towards professional computer technicians who are actually earning a full-time income and substantially perform remote tech support. So, audience statement: professional computer technicians who want to communicate more effectively with end users during remote support sessions. Now, a whole reasoning behind my interest in doing this is because I have heard from other support technicians that they're frustrated with providing remote support. And I know the number of times when I come across a communications issue with somebody that I'm supporting, and I feel like I've developed some good techniques over the years for getting through those, to the extent that I'm really pretty happy with pretty much all of the remote support that I'm doing with my clients. So that's the audience statement: professional computer technicians who want to communicate more effectively with end users during remote support sessions. Because there's a whole lot of holes that you can fall down where there's just been a communications glitch, and you spend too much time unproductively. So micro niche statement version 1, and there's a version 2. The version 1 is a little bit longer. My experience product helps professional computer technicians who feel frustration during remote support sessions communicate more effectively with end users during remote support sessions in order to solve problems faster with a more pleasant support experience for the end user and the technician. Is anybody falling asleep yet? Thereby reducing stress and anxiety for both, improving performance for the technician, and reducing loss of productivity time for the end user and the client business. Now, this second version basically says the same thing in far fewer words and without as much detail. My experience product helps, by the way, experience product is what they call this particular style of training courses, because it's more based on experiences for the students rather than just throwing knowledge at them or words at them. My experience product helps professional computer technicians who feel frustrated during remote support sessions communicate more effectively with end users, making the experience more awesome and less painful for both. So that is what I want to lay out on the table in regards to that topic, number 3, first draft remote support training course. And I'm probably going to be bringing little bits and pieces about this in future weeks as I'm developing this. And if you don't have anything to say about it, that's fine too. I don't really care too much. I mean, it's not, I do care, but whether you have a response or not. Ken Stout says 2. I have no idea what that means. Is that topic number 2? Install uBlock Origin. He's interested in that. I'm sure that's what he meant. I.O. Hank, hello Richard Rogers. Ida, first version would eliminate remote support sessions. Once is twice in the same statement. First version, eliminate remote support sessions. Yes. And I did that in the second one, because here we say frustration to remote support sessions and remote support sessions. So that is exactly what I did here. Remote support sessions once, and I consciously was eliminating that redundancy. I'm pretty sure this version 2 is going to be more along the lines of where we'll be going with it. So that's the only comment regarding those that topic. If anyone has other comments to add, just go ahead and add them in later. Oh, that was for number 3. Big Beast Lair updates. All that really was I fixed those lights. I bought those lights months ago. They fell down and they just been down on the ground. So that's, oh, and I turned Big Beast a little bit so you can see the fans on the front, because there's all that RGB in there and never gets shown, and then I go stand in front of it and block it. The other thing here is that I can move this desk a little bit to the right so that my normal standing position would be here in relation to the beast, and it would be visible. Let's going back on the list. Scan block, no, I'm not going to go to that one now. Not going to go to that one now.
Hello, everybody. What's up?
Hi, Josh. You could wait until I turn back to Zoom would be preferable, please. Update regarding XSplit symptom. I'll hold off on that. Okay, so now I'll bring up Zoom. Now, Josh, hello.
Hi, Doug. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm just going to go without my... Well, here's what I'll do. I'll add my camera this way because I should be able to do this. Yeah, I'll just stick my camera in there on top. Although they won't be able to, the Zoom participants won't see me in Zoom. Not the best solution. But we're not going to keep the Zoom on very long. Oh, Alex is here too. Hello, Alex. Give them a minute to unmute and say hello.
Hello. The dog was screaming in the background, so I didn't want to. Hello, Doug. I was been listening to your little proposal, and I was just wondering if maybe if you think it would apply to me more than most of your audience, because I'm still trying to find a job in IT, and I'm trying to help my church with their issues and all that. So
I think it could be useful for you. Now, those courses are going to be paid courses, but I'm going to need some alpha testers and beta testers, and they'll be able to get in for free. So I'm thinking I would welcome you to be in as a beta tester because you are actually doing some remote support. That is not an offer that I'm making out to the entire audience on this channel. It would just be for people who actually do perform remote tech support and have had experience with it. So does that answer your question, Alex?
yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So now, let's see. It was Tim that has... Bobby, you just unmuted. Were you trying to say something?
I do remote support recently to Tim because of his problems with his computer and stuff like that. And he does remote support to mine sometimes too.
That would not count as this. What I'm needing to qualify for people to come in for alpha testing or beta testing, providing an occasional support for friends or relatives or neighbors, things like that would not get you there. So thank you for the interest, but no. Okay, so let's get Tim. Let's get connected to your computer. That means I got to get Baby Beast up and ready.
Sounds like a plan.
I couldn't understand what you just said. You're kind of...
I said
quiet.
sounds like a plan.
All right. Do you have an icon on your desktop for DougBetts Remote?
No, not on this computer. Not on my,
All right.
on my computer, not yet.
All right. I've got to go through a two-factor authentication to get into my remote software here. So working on it.
Okay.
And you could go ahead and go to the website logmein123.com.
All right. I'm ready.
Right. Let's see. I'll go. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. If this comes up right now. Okay. Yeah. The number, 6-digit code is 825546.
All right, it's downloading now.
Okay.
Open. Okay. Yes. Connecting, waiting for
see.
technician.
We got Speedy C. Doug, I noticed you have gone back to saying Speedy C instead of Speedy. Never mind, fun while it lasted. It's habit. It's habit. Speedy C. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's kind of a fun name. I don't know if I'll ever break away from that. Rick says hello. William Dawson, the simpler the better when trying to catch people's eye on subject 3. Okay, thank you. So that would mean that version number 2. Zavi Minor, hello. Now you can tell her to turn on the lights. Actually, yeah, I did. Well, I did have that set up for telling her to turn on the BBB Lair, but that is not currently functional. Okay,
no.
then you're waiting. So I got to right click over here and click start. And then click launch remote control session.
There you go. Yeah,
all right. Do you see me moving the mouse?
Yes, I do. I see it.
All right. Then I'll move that to full screen. Minimize that. So you said you had a blue screen of death recently.
Right. Yes, sir.
Minimize
I was trying to take a picture, but by the time I was I had my camera open and the computer shut off, I wasn't able to take a picture of the code or nothing or what it said.
Oh, okay.
That's why there's no picture or nothing like that. But
well, that's okay. We can go into reliability monitor here and see it. You said it was yesterday, so here's a X in a red circle from yesterday. Windows was not properly shut down. Windows stopped working. Shut down unexpectedly. And so 2 of those are red X's. And there's an information. Stopped working. So it's these 2 here. Well, let's look at the details of each of those. See if we can get... Okay, just telling us that the previous shutdown was unexpected. The only thing that tells us is that it happened at 7:13 p.m. Does that sound correct?
Yeah, it sounds correct, yes.
All right. I'll look at the technical details of the next one. Previous shutdown was unexpected. We don't get any more detail. And details on this one. The computer was rebooted from a bug check. The bug check was such and such.
That's the one.
A dump was saved in memory.dmp and reported ID number. So this doesn't give us any significant clue that I'm aware of. Does this 018 tell us anything, or this number?
That's the one that will give me the blue screen, I'm assuming, right?
Well, this occurred after the reboot. This was at later than the time, so this was rebooted from a bug check. These numbers are telling us about the bug check. I don't know that that actually gives us information about what caused the blue screen error.
Right.
Now, I know that we have 1 or 2 people in the community that have experience with viewing memory dump files. I'm wondering if I can upload this to me to be able to review it in another, probably not right now live, but I've got to refresh myself. I have pursued that and I've looked at dump files in the past, but I don't know the process well enough to tackle that now live. I'm going to go see if chat room has any thoughts on proceeding with this.
Okay.
Let's see. Maybe, yeah, I need you not to be mumbling. Okay. Put yourself on mute until I talk to you again. Custones of the Mage, I've been in IT for 8 years, 7 years help desk, 4.5 years desk experience. I'd love to have you come in for beta testing then. Awesome. Now, I'm not making a list right now because it's going to be maybe 2 or 3 months. I think it'll be that long before I'm ready for that. So please speak up when I am letting you know that I'm at that point. Ran Israel blue screen view from NurseSoft could help. Oh, all right. Well, let's take a look at that from my computer. Ran Israel, do you actually have experience with that yourself, or are you just aware of it? Blue screen of death, information dump files, NERSoft. Maybe we can get to that information quicker than I recollect. I thought it took some jumping through some hoops to get to it. What is wing crash report? We wanted self-aid command, blue screen view. So we're on this page. I'll paste that again. Blue screen view. There. We've got a bunch of them. Versions history. You can now drag single mini dump file. That's the, oh, that wasn't the first instance of it. I'll go to the first instance of blue screen view, version 1.55. Related utilities. See also description. Scans all your mini dump files created during blue screen of death crashes and displays the information about all crashes in one table for each crash. Blue screen view displays the mini dump file name, the date, time of the crash, basic crash information displayed in the blue screen, bug check code, and 4 parameters, and the details of the driver or module that possibly caused the crash, file name, product, file description, file version. Tim, I have a question for you. Are you ready for my question?
Yes, I'm ready.
Is this the first time that you've had a blue screen in quite a while, or is this happening recurring or repeatedly?
No, in quite a while. It hasn't happened.
First one in quite a while. Okay.
Yes.
So now I know for my clients, I never pursue trying to look up the information on a single instance of a blue screen. I'm not interested until we find that it's a recurring problem. For a computer to do a blue screen crash once in a blue moon, not too concerned about troubleshooting that. But as a matter of fact, as long as I'm saying that, I'm going to go take a look at something else here on Tim's computer. So I'm back showing Tim's computer. And this was, if we go to view all problem reports, I want to see if we can see other occurrences. That's referring to it as a bug check. Because I've used this view all problem reports to go back and see. Yeah, this is showing us only once in all of the history that reliability monitor currently has. It's only this one. And it did send a report to Microsoft. Okay. For each crash displayed in the upper pane, you can view the details of the device drivers loaded during the crash in the lower pane. Blue screen view also mark the drivers and their addresses found in the crash stack. Okay, this is showing us what it looks like. Version histories, blue screen features, system requirements, using it, crashes information column, so giving us more information about what each of those columns mean. Drivers information column titles in the lower panes. Crashes of remote network computer. Watch the crashes of multiple computers on your network. Wow, that's a bad day for any technician to have multiple computers crashing on their network. Command line options, translating, license, disclaimer, feedback. So here's the download in a zip file. This is full install, uninstall. So I think we'll be doing the zip file form of it. All right, so let's go bring that up on Tim's computer and download it from there. Blue screen view. NERSoft. Scroll to the bottom. My recollection is that NurSoft has the same kind of pattern for all their utilities. When you scroll down to the bottom of the text area or the document area, but this part down here is below it, and that's where here's where you find the download link. And Israel is saying the 64, the X64 version. Go back here. Oh, yes. Thanks for pointing that out, because those are both zip files. So we want to get the X64 version. This looks like some kind of download utility that Tim has installed. Save as, downloads compressed, screen view. Okay, it's going to be inside downloads compressed. Doesn't exist. I don't want to do that. Let's just go to downloads. Download complete. Open folder. There it is. I'll right click and extract all. It should create its own folder by that same name. Extract. And it takes us right into that folder. This one's the application. I'm going to right click and run as administrator. That may or may not be required, but it seems like it might be, so I'll just go ahead and do it voluntarily. And here's the dump file. It only finds one dump file. All right, let's go catch up with chat. How often is this BSOD happening? We did answer that. Limited experience, ran Israel with this blue screen view. Okay. Greg M, you download the utility and it looks in the memory dump directories. vMinor, all downloads in NUR are in the end of the page. Brian arrived late, DVR mode. Greg M, I agree. Don't worry about BSOD unless they're happening frequently. But this gives us an opportunity to just look at it together and see what we see and notice. We're probably not going to try to do anything about it unless something is real obvious that we can do. Speedy, no worries. See what I did there? Speedy, no worries over the usage during your show of Speedy C or Speedy. X64, good morning, Bah Humbug. What's good about it? From Brian to Ken. All right, now what this is telling us. Let's maximize. Gives us the crash time, 8:21 p.m. I think we saw that the unexpected shutdown over here. I thought it was at 7 something. I think, which one was it? Yeah, 7:13 p.m. The previous shutdown was unexpected. And that this, yeah, 8:22. 8:04 shutdown was unexpected. Well, this is telling us there's 2 unexpected shutdowns. Did this happen twice, Tim? Waiting for Tim's response. Did it happen twice?
I think so. That's what it's telling you, right?
That's what it's telling me, but
Yeah,
I'm
I
asking
think
what
it
you
is
remember.
twice. Yes, what I remember. Yes, it did happen twice. That's correct.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So 6:22, 8:22. But this says, now this says 7:13. The previous shutdown was at 7:13, but this log item was at 6:22. Wait a minute, what? Oh, October 26th. This is October 27th, 6:22 p.m. Did you leave it off for like a whole day or something? Almost a whole day?
Yes, because yesterday, let me see. Yesterday I was at work, so I didn't
All
use
right.
it all till the evening. That's right.
All right. That's why these times are throwing me off a little bit. These 3 log items were on the 27th. And this says 26 was the shutdown. It's 7:13. So that, okay. Yeah, those similar times, but almost 24 hours later. So that was a little weird until I understood what was going on. And we know it was not lost power because he saw the blue screen happen, right? Did that
Yes, I
happen
did.
while you were doing something?
Yes, I was. I was doing updates and all kinds of stuff. Like I would use my computer and it just crashed. It was checking, like running the scans on my computer, like cleaning it up and stuff.
So are you saying you were doing scans when this happened?
Yeah, like I was running my Lenovo Vantage, my smart performance, and then I was running the command prompt. I was running the system scan now and they found encrypted files in the system, so it corrected it. You know that command, or you type in
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were mucking around in the system is the word I'm gonna use
Yes,
for
that's
it.
what
You
I
were
was
doing
doing.
things
Yeah,
you were not just doing normal usage of a
not
computer.
normal things. No, just clean it up, and I also cleaned the temp files and the prefetch files. So I was cleaning it up.
All right. All right. And this is one of the reasons why technicians who are supporting like business clients, we don't want the clients doing utility stuff and clean out stuff because things can go wrong when you're doing that.
Right.
So that kind of sounds like something going on here. Now, what does this give us anything? These two are kind of in red color. Is this meaning something to anybody? Kernel system driver. Particularly since this happened when you were doing non-normal activities, that just adds more reason to not pursue it. But I am pleased that we just had an opportunity here to refresh me on a quick, easy way to go see some information in here. If this was a recurring thing, we'd be able to see right in here how often a dump file has been created, and we perhaps would be looking for some commonalities. These file names I'm deducing are showing us files that were in use at the time. A lot of what looks like some form of driver files. Yeah, over here we have the word driver a whole lot. And I don't really expect that this utility is going to give us a conclusion or a diagnosis of what's happening, but we would have to use our combined awesome technical skills and knowledge. I use the word awesome loosely. I don't see anything further for us to do with that, so I'm going to go catch up in chat and see if anything's got something worthy. This morning, that's more better, lost power. No. Ken's asking, is this on your new laptop, the new replacement laptop that you got from Lenovo? Tim?
Yeah,
Wake
what
up.
happened? I'm here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading the chat. What did you say?
Was this on the new laptop that you got from Lenovo?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, it was.
All right. So got that answered. I'll fix that there a little bit. Continuing. 26th of Thursday. Lawn Dog, I be here just absorbing what's going on with this crash dump information. I agree that occasional crashes unfortunately seem to be normal and are not worth investigating. I'm pretty sure he said are not worth investigating, but when they occur on a regular basis, that's a sign something's not quite right. Unfortunately, even my own computer has been known to hang up randomly. It's annoying, but it does happen. Of course, Big Beast build, we also have that happen occasionally. I don't recall that I've ever had it occur on Baby Beast. Brian in DVR mode should be catched up by the 24th of November. These cleaning programs can cause problems that weren't there. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't trust the utility programs, the cleanup programs much. They can mess with the system in ways that actually can be harmful. So I do not ever run them routinely. I would only run them if I'm really trying to fix a specific thing that I think that utility can help with. Otherwise, I trust Windows to maintain itself. Okay, Doug, this brings up a subject that occurred while I was in computer school like 15 years ago when everybody was running hard drives. I did certain things during the repair, one thing at a time. I don't want to overload the hard drive reading and writings, but there was another technician next to me who I noticed would be moving files, be doing other intensive operations like updates in the background and moving customer files. At the same time, my point is the discussion I had with him was about overloading the hard drive with operations. I think you know what I'm getting at. He claimed he does this all the time. My response to that was that he don't ever run into crashes. That should not have happened. He seemed to indicate, no, the computer is supposed to handle anything I throw at it. I said, okay, time will tell. Yeah, I'm with you, Lawn Dog. Don't be throwing a lot of stuff at it at the same time, especially if you're doing any kind of utility fixing, cleaning up work at the same time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't see colors from Rand. They're all blue right now. Now there's purple and blue. And then it should shift. There's purple and blue. So those colors back there should be shifting around. There are some patterns that just like strobe lights. I didn't want to do those. Rick Lakes, Windows 8.1, Windows 10 have yet to have blue screen on me, but then again, I don't know, or do I go places on my computer that I shouldn't. I had a Windows 7 blue screen on me twice. Now with this ThinkPad I was working on this week, it was blue screen of death under Windows 11 every time I turned the laptop on. Now there you got to go pursue, figuring out what's going on. Ida, what I'm noticing is dates are all over the place, and lots of them are for the future. Weird. I was thinking that at one point, but I don't think that is the case, Ida. But I understand. Today is October 28th, so we have some October 27th here, and the things that look like in the future, it was when I went into here and was seeing times that were later. Yeah, the previous shutdown at 7:13 p.m., but this log item was at 6:22 p.m. Now wait a minute, how do you have a log item at 6:22 p.m. for a shutdown at 7:13 p.m.? Well, the answer is that these are different dates. This was October 27th, this was October 26th. But October 27th is in the past. So there's nothing in here that I saw that is giving us a date that is in the future. Here we're going to go look at the details for this one. The log item was 8:22. It was reporting something that happened at 8:04. But it was not the previous day. Wait a minute. What's going on here? This log item on the 27th at 8:22 p.m. is, okay, no, that's right. The log item on the 27th was informing us that the previous shutdown, which was earlier. Okay, no, that's right. That's completely correct. And then this one, 8:20, was rebooted from a bug check. There's no time shown there. This was just a log item that occurred at 8:22 p.m. after we restarted the computer, but the shutdown was on the 26th, and he apparently did not restart the computer until this point at 8:22 p.m. yesterday. Do we have anything from yesterday that's prior to that? Yes, this one is. This log item was on yesterday, 6:22 p.m. So this would have been, he restarted at 6:22 p.m. on the 27th. The shutdown was the previous evening. But yeah, I was struggling with that, Ida. So because you brought it up, I looked at it more deeply. I already read through those things from LonDog. And then this was the one from LonDog that I didn't read yet. Tim, my advice would be to be very careful on what operations you run simultaneously. Even how many operations you run in one session. So Tim, I'm back on with you now. So if you were talking, you were saying you did this and you did this, and you sound like you were rattling off 3 or 4 different utility maintenance type of operations that you did. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to run 1 or 2 operations and then see how the performance is after that. Because you ran 3 or 4 things, it's hard for you to theorize which of those triggered that problem.
Right. I understand. I'll take your advice.
Okay, very good. Let's move on. Going back to chat. You can mute yourself again.
Okay.
Stuff. Even though you're running an SSD for any drive, yes, theoretically the machine is supposed to handle all this stuff, but I believe from my experience, certain operations are just very intensive and could add some instability on doing certain things, particularly if any of the utilities you're doing are making changes, any kind of edits or changes or cleanup. I'd like to see the computer running stably for a while after that before going on to something else. And you can go ahead and use your computer, Tim, if you want to go to a different screen.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. One of is running a virus scan. Let's see. Instability doing certain things, one of which is running a virus scan. Speedy says, Doug, I was what you did there, my name. Oh, I saw what you did there with my name. demeanor, I don't think it's worth bothering with BSOD on Tim's computer. The problem was because of win32 base.sys file. And, Zavi's got a link there. Let's go look at that. Brand late for December. Okay. One I won't. Let's see what this is. He was saying it's Win32 base, Win32K base. What does it mean? How to fix? Scan your PC regularly for virus, installing drivers, create a system restore point. It's pretty generic. Blue screen of death is one of Windows' most frustrating errors. It can be triggered by several reasons, one of them being the Win32K base sys error. If you're currently experiencing this, you're not alone. In this article, we'll briefly discuss the error, its causes, and provide you with steps to solve it. But I don't think anyone should pursue steps to solve it unless it's a recurring problem. Common causes: insufficient memory, corrupt or missing system files, virus and malware. How can I fix? Power cycle your PC, scan for viruses and malware. That's no fixes in there. That's just saying restart it. Boom, fixed. You run the system file checker. That's a very generic thing that I think people just prescribe that just because it sounds impressive. Wait until the scan is complete. Restart your computer. See if the error persists. Yeah, what they're concerned about here is if the error persists. Tim, I'm going to come back to your computer here and look at something because I want to see, where did he see that? Where did Zavi spot that? I've got the keyboard and let's see, getting back to, where is that program? Did you close it?
Yeah,
that down.
You have to open it again real quick because I closed it. My bad. I apologize.
All right. We had that in downloads. bring your computer up on screen. Go into the folder here and right-click, run as administrator. Yes. So Win32K base caused by driver. Oh, how about that? Well, thank you. I didn't realize there was a column titled that. It was actually caused by this driver, caused by this address. See, that goes back to one of the reasons to do this particular style of channel is because I expect to learn things from you guys. Anyone that claims to have all the answers in this industry is somebody who's not to be trusted, in my opinion. Okay, so caused by driver. Savi gave us that link, which gives us some information about what scenarios or what could be causing that driver to cause a problem, which they seem pretty generic. They're not, it didn't tell us something like, this driver is known to have conflicts with particular other hardware, or check for updates for it. I don't think it actually said anything about updates for it. I'm sure updates to that file would be included automatically in Windows Updates, I would suspect. So with that much said from me, I'll see if anyone has more suggestions or advice on that. So there's that report. Yes, most of us know, Groots know that. Let's see, Kendall to Brian. Yes, most of us Groots know that. So what did Brian say that he's referring to? Brian, December. I'm snooping now into their conversation. Still in DVR mode. Yeah, I don't know what was up there. What you mean, us, Willis? Okay. Turn on DriveSense and let it handle temp files. Oh, instead of Tim going after those himself. All right, let's go look at that on Tim's computer. I'm coming back to your computer, Tim.
Okay.
I have very rarely gone down this road with DriveSense, and I have a reason for that. I do not turn this on for my clients. Let's get to it. It's not, type that wrong. DriveSense. That something's not quite right in that verbiage. That's not quite the right name. What? That's not quite the right name. The utility within Windows that cleans StorageSense. Thank you. Yes, ran Israel. I knew that didn't sound quite right. StorageSense. I do not turn this on for my clients. When we get into here, I'll explain why when we see their verbiage. Oops. Oh, it's commercial time. Da 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 da. Here we go. Now we'll pause for a message from our sponsor. I'm going to mute this. Stop. Okay, so that just stopped that alarm. So what I've been doing in October is testing these commercials. So I'm going to trigger this live stream to run a commercial. I show you over here in the live studio that I just click on this $sign and it goes pretty quickly. Now I'm not going to do anything of substance during the commercial. It's my understanding from what you guys told me last week is that for those of you who see the commercial, not everybody will, when the commercial finishes or the advertisements finish, the video will resume without any gap in coverage, but you won't be live. So then you might want to do Shift period key to speed up the video so that you can catch up to the live. So I don't think you will miss any content, and you'll be able to tell that because you're hearing me give all this explanation. Well, no, I haven't clicked to insert the ad yet. So I'm going to go ahead and click to insert the ad, and then I'll continue talking in a way that you'll know that you didn't miss anything. Here, click on the $sign, and then, oh, ad's inserted. That's all it was. So the ad is there now. It's been 3 seconds, 4 seconds, somewhere about there since I inserted the ad. If you're seeing the advertisements right now, then you're not hearing me right now, but once the advertisement finish, then you're hearing me. And if you look down at the at your live indicator, you don't have that red dot because it paused the video. I will simulate pausing the video by pressing the pause button, and then in a few seconds that red light goes off, and then after the advertisements the video would resume, and there weren't any gaps in your perception of the video, except you're not live anymore. Now you can hold down the shift key and press period to speed up the video, and I'm going to go to 1.5 speed, and eventually it's going to catch up and we'll see the red dot again once it gets caught up. So I know most of you don't care about this. I'm trying to get better understanding about how YouTube is working, because they're pushing everybody to stop using ad blockers or pay for the premium. So that turned red once it got caught up. All right, so commercial is done. Let's see if anybody told me about what they got for commercials. What ad? Are you guys seeing an ad for Frontier? So Lawn Dog, I guess, saw an ad. Smoke them if you got them. I didn't get an ad at all from Drew. Maryville Maid, his name is Drew. He's with us a lot in Fortnite. Now, the way I understand it is that if you're using YouTube Premium and you're paying, you would not see those ads. Definitely not. If you're using an ad blocker with YouTube and YouTube hasn't called you out on it yet, then you probably didn't see the advertisement. If you're using just free YouTube, you're not paying the monthly premium, you're not using an ad blocker, then maybe you got the ad, maybe you didn't. Your mileage may vary. My understanding is that when YouTube is allowed to put ads, it doesn't do them all the time. So when I say insert an ad, you didn't necessarily see an ad even if you were using the free version of YouTube and no ad blocker. So, on Doug, well, regardless, Doug, this discussion about commercials, I did learn something and how it functions and the red dot, so learning more about this is a positive thing, at least for me. Maryville Maid, I'm not using premium or an ad blocker. I'm using free YouTube, and he did not get an ad. Yeah. In Nursoft, view BSOD. Okay, so right now I'm looking at the ads. On Dog, in future I'm going to open Firefox, which has no ad blocker on it. Then I will continue watching using Chrome, which I do have an ad blocker, and see what happens. All right, now let me catch up with some other stuff here. Turn on Drive Sense, Storage Sense. Let it handle. On the subject of overloading a computer, even as sophisticated as they are today, can still occur. This also applies to other types of equipment like networking. And examples this week from Security Now. New style of denial of service attack. They've changed their tactics to create a denial of service problem for even the most sophisticated systems. Can't think of the name of the service that was attacked. I believe Cloudflare was a service that was attacked with a new style overwhelming the system. It's on this week's Security Now podcast. I do believe I recall hearing of that and got to a point where I wasn't interested in going further with it. Okay. I think I've got all of that already. Okay, so here what Zavi is saying. In Nursoft, view BSOD to click on the line and it opens another view. I was suspecting that. That was kind of what I was wanting to do at the beginning when we got in there. But while we're here in Storage Sense, down here, I'll scroll down a little bit. Storage Sense is turned on. Now, what it tells us here, automatically free up space, delete temporary files, and manage locally available cloud content. Let's look in more detail. Systems. Okay, here. Storage Sense runs when disk space is low. Okay? My interpretation of that is Storage Sense runs when disk space is low. There's a period after that. Period. It is not, correct me if I'm wrong, but my deduction is not deleting temporary files all the time, routinely. It runs when disk space is low. We clean up enough space to help your system run its best. We cleaned up 0 bytes of space in the past month. Now, I would like to know, what I really like for you to do is send me a screenshot. If you go into this screen on your computer and you've had Storage Sense on and you think it's been cleaning up after you all along, I'd like you to give me a screenshot of this. So that's Shift Windows key S and then drag a rectangle across this, and maybe just go ahead and give me more of that, and then send that to me as an email attachment. And if you don't have low disk space, if you have plenty of free disk space, is everybody seeing 0 bytes that has been cleaned up in the past month? Now, the reason why I don't turn this on for my clients is because if my client calls me and they've got their computers not running right, and I discover that it's because they don't have enough free disk space, I want to be able to use Storage Sense then to instantly clean up a bunch of space so that they're functional right now, and I have some time to install a larger drive. If Storage Sense was on, if I automatically turned that on when I deploy a computer to a client, then they're not going to call me until Storage Sense is unable to keep the computer running. Now I've got to go find something else I can delete in order to keep them running or get them back to running until I can perform the upgrade. So I intentionally do not turn this on. And unless my understanding of this can be corrected, then that's what I'm sticking with. Now let's see what else it tells us. Configure cleanup schedules. Run Storage Sense during low disk space. That's the default setting. Now, if you have changed it to run every day, every week, every month, then you're probably getting the benefit that you think you're getting. However, for my clients, if I were to change it to do that every week or every month, whatever, then they're not going to be calling me until Storage Sense is no longer able to keep the computer running. That's not good. So I do not want Storage Sense turned on at all for my clients. Delete files in my recycle bin if they've been there for more than 30 days. I do not want that happening on my client's computer. Same reason I've already explained. Delete files in my downloads folder if they haven't been opened for more than, and it's set to never. So you can set them to those other number of days if you want to. Locally available cloud content. Storage Sense can free up space by removing unused cloud-backed content from your device. I trust OneDrive for that. Content flagged as always keep on this device will not be affected. Yeah, OneDrive can handle this by itself, so we don't need Storage Sense to do that. Content will become online only if not open for more than, so that you can switch that, but I don't have any reason to want Windows to do that. Okay, I'm going to see what people in chat are saying in response to those comments. Ski Man 2163, this has got to be just another name for Ski Man that we know already. So I'm going to turn you blue. Let's see, we want to get back to this one from Zivi Manor. Lawn Dog turned off storage sense, and looks like I'm caught up with that. So now let's go look at this one. Getting back to the blue screen view on Tim's computer. Bring that up on screen so you can see it. Whoops, that's not the program. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I was thinking double clicking on this might give more information. Is that what he wants me to do? In Nurse Off view, BSOD to click on the line and it opens. Yeah, I think just clicking on the beginning of this line, yeah, opens another view. Oh, that's convenient. That's easier on the eyes because you don't have to scroll across the screen for all those columns. These should be the same columns, I suspect. Bug check code, parameter 1, file description, yeah. And does this scroll down or is that all of them? Nope, that's the dump file size. Time is the last one, checking to see if that is the last column. Dump file time, indeed it is. And the field names are the same, so you get to see it all here on one screen. That's good, I like that. Thank you, Zavi. Dump file, the name has the date and time coded into it. Reference by pointer, bug check, parameters, caused by, file version. All right, very good. Doesn't take us anywhere else as far as our conclusion that we're not going to pursue that BSOD any further. Ski Man says, I saw Sherwin-Williams, but the advertisement, but I was able to skip. Skip was enabled, and when I skipped, came back and was still live. Oh, interesting. Well, did you miss? So that makes me wonder if you skipped over some conversation. And the only way you would really be able to tell that is if you were to, once it came back live, rewind and let it play through to see if you had missed whatever number of seconds that advertisement was on. If you know how to go back, if you can go back and give us that answer, I'd like to know it, but don't go out of your way. Yes, Doug, I agree. Storage sense is for cleaning up temporary files and other things when the drive is starting to get full. This is intended to improve performance as the drive gets full. When not starting to get full, when the drive is full, when that was what it was telling us, when it's getting near to full. How well it works, probably subjective, because eventually, even after the cleanup, the drive is still going to continue to fill up, and it's probably not the best answer. Yeah, so I think we're on the same page. I use YouTube free, no ad blocker, so I did see the commercial from John. YouTube said I would be removed if I continued to use ad blocker. Yeah, and we've had people in the community, particularly on Ken Stout's show, they've been comparing notes and reporting how their mileage is varying, because there were some people with using ad blockers that didn't get the warning from YouTube until much later than others. And I'm not sure if everyone by now has received the warnings from YouTube, but YouTube clearly is getting more stringent about denying the use of ad blockers. You're expressing exact thoughts that I reasoned with when I turned off storage sense. It's better to turn on when you have storage space issues. That way it gives you time possibly to get a new drive and do the work that needs to be done. At least that's what I'm hearing from you, and I use the same reasoning, but maybe I don't explain as well in 200 characters or less. By the way, it's interesting what is considered running out of space and the effects on the machine and the speed. A 1 terabyte drive can actually start to be affected when you have 200 gigabytes of storage. Storage sense is on and has removed 0 bytes on my system. From Brian. Okay, I read that in like it was all from Londog. Yeah, Brian says remove 0 bytes from your system because it hasn't run. Now, if you trigger it to run, showing those other options that I showed there, you could make it run now and see how many bytes that it removes for you. So you could manually run it whenever you choose. Now, this comment up here about the 1 terabyte drive can actually start to be affected when you have 200 gigabytes on a SSD. If storage sense is cleaning up space because you've got that full, you've got a more serious problem. In my opinion, you on an SSD and on a NVMe, anything other than a spinning hard drive, you need to keep significant amount of free space so that the drive can manage itself, balance itself. What's that word that they use? The technique that SSDs use to essentially life balance. Trim. Thank you. I knew somebody was going to hit me real quick with that. Yeah. If you don't have a good amount of free space, then trim is trying to use this whatever free space you have to move things around, and it's making that drive work a lot harder. So I would think something like, if you got 20% of free space on your SSD NVMe drive, it's time to upgrade or clean up. It should never be getting less than that. In fact, I'd rather see 40% free. Let's see, 200 gigabytes space left. It was so interesting when I explored the effects on hard drives as storage space diminishes. You can have hundreds of gigabytes left, but the drive will slow down, especially a mechanical hard drive. Ran Israel, my bad for what? Oh, wear leveling. Trim is deleting in the background. Wear leveling. Trim is deleting in the background? Are you sure about that? I thought trim was the right word. Ski Man, first time here. I do go over to Ken's live show and heard about you from Carrie Holzman sometime back. Okay, that's why I recognize you from Carrie Holzman. I know the name Ski Man, whether you've been here or not. You are welcomed. You are a welcomed friend here. Alan Malventano gave us all a great lesson on the drives he tested over the years, and in his reviews or comments, he always brought up what happens to a drive and its performance as it fills up. No matter whether it was an SSD or mechanical hard drive or hybrid, even the great Carrie Holzman recently commented about the performance of an SSD from Fanxing. After his general recommendations, he discovered as the drive filled, it really impacted its performance significantly, so he kind of backed off on his he kind of backed off on his recommendation and told us about this drive as it gets full. Provisioning, Doug, and shuffle space. All storage media needs workspace and provisioning. I call it shuffle space, but this is something Alan Malventano talks about when we do see him online. This is what he discussed exclusively in the past, and he's probably most known person to talk about hard drive and SSD performance before he went to work for Intel. Now he doesn't work there anymore. Trim is also another word. Okay. I go through Londog stuff because it's all the same thought. But I'm coming back to here. So I knew Zavi Manor had an item on here. He says, you can see also the blue screen go to view. Coming back to Tim's computer. You can see also the blue screen go to view. Oh, yeah, okay. So we got this one highlighted. Go to view. I think that this is really familiar. It should be able to show us the blue screen image, I think. View, grid lines, tooltips, HTML report. That doesn't seem right. View. Now, if I go into this one, then go to view? No. I think are you telling us Zvi, that we can actually see the blue screen image. HTML report is, yeah, that's just giving us giving us the same information in a web browser. Coming back to chat, see if Zvi gives me better directions there. You can see also the blue screen. Go to view. What am I missing? Maybe it's one of these. Advanced options, save, refresh, copy, properties, find, exit. Left side. I'm not seeing it. Maybe he can come back with that. Maybe he's investigating it to figure out where that is. Actually, where leveling, trim is deleting in the background. Maybe this is a good time for subject 2. Okay. Let's go on to subject 2. Oh, Zvi says, my mistake. I know it's possible, but I do not remember now. I'd sure like for you to figure that out and give me an update if you don't mind pursuing that. Brian Lightfoot, YouTube has blacked out all videos for me until I removed ad blocker by the premium plan using Chrome. My solution was to install and use Brave browser. Chrome has been uninstalled. Okay, so subject 2. Install uBlock Origin on Big Beast Build and configure so YouTube does not object. Some of you know that I did have uBlock Origin installed on Big Beast Build. Well, I recently uninstalled it because I was having a problem getting my bank got acquired by another bank, so my checking account numbers changed. So AdSense a long time ago stopped sending me payments for what I was earning through YouTube. And when I went investigating, I found that my checking account link was broken with AdSense. So I tried to recreate it with the new checking account. It wouldn't work. So I contacted tech support through chat, I think it was, chat or email, to try to get that fixed. And they came back with an email a few days later telling me that they have fixed it on their end, that I should go ahead and try to configure the new checking account again, and it should work. And it did work. But during my troubleshooting, before I contacted tech support, I was trying some things. So one of the things I tried was to uninstall uBlock Origin, thinking that it might have been blocking some pop-up that needed to come up during the process of trying to configure that checking account. So I uninstalled it. Then, yesterday or the day before, I came across reasons to want to reinstall it. And I'm prepared over here. Let's see, I saved something to show you what was going on. Let me go find that here. I think it's on this. Let's open those. See if what happened was I went to here. Somebody on the Windows Daily had mentioned Mitch McConnell something or other. Oh, I guess when he froze at the podium or something like that, because whatever was going on for him, maybe it was stroke or whatever. So anyway, in doing some searches on that, I came to this one, and this just has ads just freaking all over the place. You just can't use it. As I was scrolling around on this, you see how things are kind of transparent and overlapping on that ad, and There were other ads that were popping up, and it was just such a nuisance to use. So websites like this, I think, totally deserve to have their advertisements blocked because they just go stupid excessive with it. And then here's another one up here. This is another one I came across and that I bookmarked it. Now let's see what happens. How to set up VIP mail contacts on your iPhone. I looked this up for a friend who is having trouble with that issue. So here's some text, and then this part is part of the technical explanation. Then there's advertisements here. There's one popping up down on the bottom right. And then there's all this stuff here. Is there more to the document, to the technical information that I've come here for, or not? So I had, I want to block it here. So the way I would like to use uBlock Origin is I just want to be able to turn on for a particular website. Other than that, I'm going to let the advertisements be there. I'm an advertiser-friendly kind of person until a website just gets really obnoxious and rude about it. Then I want to block them. So I'm going to come over here to extensions and manage extensions. And then there's various ways you can go about it. Over here on the left is discover more extensions and themes on the Chrome Web Store. So I'm going to click on that and then search the store over here for uBlock Origin. And so this amounts to showing people how to install it, but then I'm going to configure it to not work in its default mode. I don't want it to block everything. Finally, an efficient blocker, easy on CPU and memory, so I'll click on that. And then here I got a button, Add to Chrome. Click on that. And then Add Extension. Now, oh, by the way, Tim, you can go ahead and do things with your computer. I'm going to keep the remote connection open in case we come back to it, but I'm going to minimize it. And I want to show on Baby Beast. Here you're looking at Baby Beast now. I want to show that the uBlock Origin extension is not here either. But because I am signed in on Chrome on both of these computers, and I think I have sync happening. Oops, it's paused here. If it's not paused, I've got to sign in again in order to get that unpaused, apparently. My understanding is when these are syncing to each other, if I install the extension on one computer, it'll automatically be installed on the other computer as well in Chrome. They want me to do a confirmation. I'm show you what I'm getting here is in order for me to sign in. It wants me to open the Gmail app on the iPhone. And typically, oh, that's not the Gmail app. That is the included the iPhone mail system. I'm not sure if I have the Gmail app on here. Open Gmail. Yes, I do. So I open the Gmail app and it comes up with a prompt asking if I'm trying to sign in. Oh, that's not going to show up very well. Yeah, asking, are you trying to sign in? And I click on that button there to say, yes, it's me. And where was I at? Oh, yeah, trying to relaunch to update. I just want to be sure that it is syncing. I think that's got it to a point of syncing. So here we're back on Big Beast build, adding the extension. There's a download there. uBlock Origin has been added to Chrome. Use this extension by clicking on this icon. That's the icon, but it's not showing up here right now. In order to get that icon to display up here, I come back to extensions, and then here's uBlock Origin. I can pin it, and that makes the icon stay up here at the top of Chrome. Now I'm going to click on that, and I want to configure it differently. I don't want it to be on everywhere for everything. So if I turn it off, and I should be able, and I haven't tested this. I haven't tested to figure out how this goes. This looks like a dashboard for settings. Filter list, rules, trusted sites. You know what? I bet I could just, let's do this way. Let's come back to this nuisance site. It's got all the advertisements on it. It looks like it's already blocking. Yeah, see this number here showing? So it is blocking here. Now, if I click here, if I click on that and turn it off, does that only turn it off for this page? If I go to this other page, it's on. Yeah, so there it is. I can just turn it off for various pages is what's working. That's how it's working now. I want to do it the other way around. I want it to be off by default and turn it on when I want it on. So I'll go to Manage Extensions, try this way, and find uBlock Origin. Here, Details. Let's just turn it off. Okay. So I'm expecting that turns it off for every site. Now if I refresh this page, I should get advertisements back. Yeah, there's advertisements. Now if I click on this, oops, that's not it. That's not the icon. Oh, turning it off means it's no longer on the top. That's not what I wanted. Way for me to change the default. Oh, here, site access. Allow this extension to read a change on all sites. On click. That should do it. Now, come back to here. So there's all those ads. To apply updated settings, click to reload, and that blocks the ads there. That's my intentions for how I'm going to do that. Well, those are advertisements. That didn't work. Block Origin. Blocked on this page. Refresh. There. Ads are being blocked, but here I've got an ad. What's going on? This one wants, uBlock Origin wants access to this site. I have not given it access to this site yet. Look here. Oh, float the mouse over it. uBlock Origin has access to this site. Okay, I think I just went around in some circles there. I'm going to move on. Ran Israel says, look up. I don't know what. Look up? I know you want me to look up in chat. For what? All right. You got to give me some more than that. Look up. Ran Israel, look up. Options, lower pane. Oh, okay. Options, lower pane. Oh, okay. Coming back to your computer, Tim. Is that? Look up. Is this regarding? I'm thinking that's regarding what we were doing on Tim's computer. Options, lower pane. Looking at the lower pane, there's an options menu up here, but oh, lower pane mode. Ah, there we go. Blue screen in XP style. Beautiful. There's the blue screen error. And that also shows the Win32K base. If this is the first time you've seen this stop error screen, restart your computer. If this screen appears again, follow these steps. See, they're saying the same thing that I was saying earlier, and other people in chat have said. If it's not a recurring problem, don't waste your time on it. So that was options, lower pane. And the default is to show all the drivers. Thank you. Well done. Okay, Tim, I minimized that. You can go ahead and use your computer wherever you'd like.
Okay, Doug, thank you.
Yeah. Look at 1020. Yeah, 10. If you had said look at 1020, I would have known to look at 1220 on my screen. Yes, or F8. So apparently the F8 key would do it as well. uBlock origin is in a tie with YouTube. uBlock origin uses filters which are updated on its own. With this battle, these updates have to be manually executed. Oh, battle. uBlock origin is in a battle with YouTube. uBlock origin uses filters which are updated on its own. With this battle, these updates. Oh, okay. I think you're saying that YouTube figures out how to detect uBlock origin, and maybe uBlock origin is making changes to try to continue being of value to YouTube viewers that want to block advertisements. Okay, we've done a few of these topics. So that was uBlock origin. And the way that I configure it so YouTube does not object is that I've told it don't block anything unless I specifically ask to block that site. But I have premium YouTube anyway, so it would not have detected that I'm using an ad blocker, because if you're using a paid premium version, they don't care if you have an ad blocker. It's irrelevant. We did that. What other are there any other topics that you want me to hit on? We did the commercial, so I'm not going to think about that more. You asked for the topic number if you want me to cover anything else. I've lost count how many times YouTube warned me you have to refresh the page. With uBlock, if you turn off or turn on the stop icon in uBlock origin, you also have to click on the reload circle beside the stop icon in uBlock origin. That reloads. Circle in uBlock origin if you turn something on or off. So if I go back to, let's see what we get here. This one is being blocked. I can tell that by the 36. So if I click here and turn it off for this site, which by the way is indiatimes.com. Is there any surprise that they would be excessive advertisers? So here, oh, here's the refresh circle. All right. So now ads are not being blocked. And then to block them on a particular site, come over here, turn it on, and refresh. So that way I don't have to use this refresh button. I like that. Thank you for giving me that, Greg M. Lawn Dog also catches that. Sin Vicious, does anyone know an app that would encrypt all the data that Google is routinely collecting? Encrypt all the data that Google is routinely collecting. I'm pretty sure that Google Chrome is encrypting the data as it goes over the wire. When it arrives at Google, they can uncrypt it. But when it's going over the wire, it is encrypted. Are you asking to encrypt the data in such a way that Google can't read it? So I'll ask you for that clarification. Now, I can't immediately, well, okay, I guess I could. Maybe I could. Does Google Chrome encrypt? Because HTTPS itself is encryption over the wire. Encrypt data that is sent to Google from my computer. So HTTPS itself is encrypting. Then it sends obscure copy of your data to Google because the encryption happens before Google's servers get the information. Nobody, including Google, learns your username and password. And that's what Google is doing. It's not sending your username over the wire as it sends your data. Okay, but that's just what Google is doing. So by encryption, are you trying to encrypt it in a way that Google cannot understand the data? In order to do that, I would think it would have to be at your router such that Google Chrome would send the data and you have somehow piece of software at your router or somewhere between your computer and your router that captures that data that's destined for Google and scrambles it. Is that what you're trying to do? That was Sin Vicious. He says yes. To which one of my questions? I phrased that a few different ways. Are you trying to prevent Google? Can you actually type that out? Prevent Google from reading the data. Is that what you want? Don't give me a yes, because I'm got too much rambling going on to know for sure what you're saying yes to. I know that means you have to type. Deal with it. How much do you pay for premium YouTube? How could I answer that? Where do I grab that information? Oh, we got Princess. I got to show Princess. William, we're showing off Princess, okay? You're muted if you're trying to respond to me. Can you show us Princess better? I am not hearing you. You're muted. Oh, you're not.
She's trying to play with a mouse.
Say again?
She's trying to play with a mouse.
Play with a mouse. Oh,
The
not
mouse.
a real your computer mouse.
Yeah.
Can she look into the camera for us? Or will you get in trouble if you try to make her do that?
Oh.
There she is. She's not interested. She's not looking at me. All right. Back to the
Wait.
chat room. Huh? All right. Thank you. Did we cover topic 7? Topic 4 and 5. Sin Vicious says is yes, but I don't know if I don't think he's responding to somebody else there. Let's see, which topics you're saying? 4, 5, 7. Yes, we did 4. We did not do 5. 7, we haven't done. This one, Yeah, we can do it. We can get 5 and 7 pretty reasonable here. I'm going to go take a look and see if Kerry Holzman has a show scheduled that I can redirect to. He does not. I'm sure Ken Stout does not. So no redirect. And I need to go grab that scam. This was a scam email that went to a friend of mine, and this is the friend that I mentioned earlier today that to make an adjustment to her iPhone. This scam was a different subject entirely, and I have obscured some of the names and email addresses here, not necessarily to protect the innocent, because, well, Georgian might be an innocent. This was actually a company name here. So I think the scammer was using, hijacked this person's email address. Hi there, I regret to inform you about some sad news for you. Approximately a month or two ago, I succeeded to gain total access of all your devices utilized for browsing the internet. Moving forward, I've started observing your internet activities on a continuing basis. Go ahead and take a look at the sequence of events provided below for your reference. Initially, when I read this, I thought, oh my, are they actually going to show some specific information from my friend's computer? No. Initially, I bought an exclusive access from hackers to a long list of email accounts. In today's world, that's a common thing. Evidently, it wasn't hard for me to proceed with logging into your account. This is what had actually her email address. I moved on with installing a Trojan operating, a Trojan virus in operating systems for all devices that you use to log into email. Frankly, it wasn't challenging at all, since you were kind enough to click on the links in your inbox emails before. Because of this, I'm able to gain entire access of controllers in devices, your video, camera, keyboard, microphone, and others. As a result, I effortlessly downloaded all data as well as web browsers, yada, yada, yada. It just goes on and on. Well, the thing is, my friend does not have a computer, does not have a webcam, does not have a keyboard, does not have a microphone at all. She's cell phone only. It's the only thing she uses. She might be a distant anti-relative to Greg Guy. For those who don't know, Greg Guy famously does not have a cell phone, so he claims. She only has a cell phone, no computer. It gets more ugly. I'm not going to read all of this, but if you're interested, this is one of those that gets very scary, particularly for a person who is kind of, a little bit edgy with what they do on computers. You could really fall for this. And somewhere in here, there's a Bitcoin wallet, and what they're wanting is $800. So if somebody does actually have some of this racy content on their computer, and they're believing that this might be the case, would they be tempted to send $800 in Bitcoin? Could easily happen. Now, the content of this scam was not the subject that I put onto this topic. The subject was the scam was blocked by Gmail, but not Microsoft Mail. My friend has a Microsoft Mail account. It's at Hotmail. The email came to her. I tried to forward the email to my computer so that I could show it on the show with blurring things out. It would not come through. It didn't come to my inbox. It did not come to my spam folder. It did not come to my trash. I use a web version of Gmail, so I'm accessing it online. So it's not like Outlook was blocking it. I just saw my image freeze up there. The email would not come through. So when I went back and looked at her email account, there was an email that went back to her saying that the message was blocked. And I have the text of that, I believe. Let's see. If I scroll down further here, I believe I copied the text of that. Yeah. Delivery has failed to these recipients or groups and has my email address. Now I'm going to take that off screen for a moment because I'm not sure if I fixed the rest of this. Well, I guess that's actually enough. There's more technical content below this. The message wasn't delivered because the recipient's email provider rejected it. So I used Gmail, and Gmail wouldn't even let the message come to their, I don't know, at some point it blocked before it got to my mail account at all, even as just a forward. So that if a scammer sent that original scam message to my email account, I never would see it because Gmail blocks it before it ever gets to me. On her cell phone, the email came into her inbox. It did not get blocked to her spam folder. So that's the difference between Microsoft mail accounts and Gmail accounts, giving kudos to Google for blocking that. All right, that's what that one was about. 457. 457. All right, let's go to memory integrity cannot be turned on. We'll look at the rest of chat first. Daniel Emberley, any experience with memory speed upgrade? Built my i5 9600K with low speed 2666 with prices lower, thinking of changing to 3600, PC used for office apps and email mainly. Well, experience, yes, but I think more to the point here, Danielle, is discussing, is it worth doing? I'm just looking for other comments from Danielle. Have 2x16 kit. I often think my PC is overkill for my apps, but still get the occasional annoying delays. Forget the part number, such and such. Yeah, the question here to pursue is exactly when are the delays? We need to figure out, could those delays be caused by memory speed? I highly doubt it. And particularly since you say occasional. If you are having delays that could be attributed to the speed of the memory, then it should be consistent. Every time you do that particular task, it takes longer, it takes too long in your estimation. You have a particular task that you're always sitting and waiting for that just seems too slow. Now, it could be as simple as just the amount of time that it takes to go from one tab on your browser to another tab. When something is trying to come from disk cache into memory, and to figure out where that happens or when that happens or how to test it is a little bit beyond my immediate conscious thought. But if you're having a particular task that occasionally is sluggish, no, that's not going to be the speed of your memory. That's going to be because your computer is busy with something in the background. If you are able to, let's see, let's bring up, I'm going to do Control-Shift-Escape to bring up Task Manager. And let's have this tab open for the processes. And you could do both and sorted by memory. I just clicked on the column heading for memory so that the things that are occupying memory most are at the top, and see what's happening here when you experience the sluggishness. Now since that particular sluggishness doesn't occur all the time, you could squish this down a bit to where you're only seeing these top items. Let's see, we're only interested in CPU and memory. We could scroll over this way. Okay, we could squish this down even further, use the scroll bar. Although you're going to want to be able to see what is taking up space. So we don't need the status column. Right click and remove the check mark for status column. So we're just seeing what is running, and sorted by the memory column is one option. But I actually think more likely the CPU column is where you're going to have intermittent sluggishness, occasional sluggishness. You'll be going from one something to another something, or doing something that is sometimes sluggish. When that happens, glance up here and see what's at the top of the list. Willem, you're not muted if you weren't aware of that. Were you trying to say something?
No, just thought it was.
You're okay. Now he's muted. So that's what I'm thinking. PC is overkill for apps. I really don't think speeding up your memory is going to help with anything that is occasional. All right. Where's I at? Oh, I got to get to the beginning of Danielle. Any experience now? That's at 12:41. See if there's any responses to that. Oh, $14 a month for YouTube Premium. Thank you, John. I got distracted and didn't pursue that. I'm sure that's what I'm doing. Danielle, I've been trying to remember to leave the performance monitor open to keep an eye on things there. Oh, here's another thing you could do. Let's see. Hardware monitor, hardware info 32. That's the name of it, isn't it? Yeah, it's this. I think it's this one. Yeah, hardware info 64, not 32. Yeah, this would be another way to do it. Let's minimize that and come down to logging start. Logging start right here. You click on that and give it a file name. And I have this reliability history, and I've got a couple of logs in here from hardware info already. So you can give it a name, testing for, what'd she say? Hesitations, delays, sluggishness. None of those are quite the word that she used, but I'll just say sluggish. So then you click save, and now it is logging. And you just let that run. You can minimize it. And then you go ahead and use your computer. And when you come across one of those situations, then I'll get back to, let's see, I guess I can't Alt-Tab to it. I did minimize it. I think that automatically closes down to the system tray when I minimize it. But it's still logging. So then you can stop the logging. Now I'm gonna start the logging again to show me what folder this is in. Live Windows Training, Big Beast Build, Reliability History. Okay, I'll go show you what that looks like. Yeah, here we go. So reliability history is where I put that. So testing for sluggish, it saves it as a CSV, and I have, by default, Excel will automatically launch CSV, so just double click on it. I drag it over to the right monitor, and here's what it looks like. So it shows you all of the information that Hardware Info 64 is tracking for you. I'm going to click up here and change to select all of them, and then change the width of one of those columns. Since I have the entire spreadsheet selected, it changes the width of all of those columns. So at a particular timestamp, this is giving us the dates over here, and this is giving us the times right here. We can right click on the column heading, format the cells and change them to show a more friendly time format. So if you went into this log shortly after you experienced that issue, you could look around that particular time and see what is going on. Now, let's see. That's in hardware info. Physical memory. Since this isn't, as far as I know, Task Manager won't save log files for us. What specifically are we looking for? I'll tell you what to do, Danielle. If you'd like to explore this with us, is once you are able to have a log file capture what happened, write down on a piece of paper precisely what time you think that happened. And I mean including seconds. So you see it happen. Don't go stop the log file right away. First thing you should do is go to your clock and get the precise time. Now, Windows 11 doesn't. Well, I have the precise time configured down here in the system tray. So you could write down the hours, minutes, and seconds on the date that the sluggishness occurred. Send me the log file as an attachment and tell me what time you think it happened. And I would love to go examine this, examine your log file, and I'll be looking for things that look different. Now, this doesn't show us what programs are occupying CPU activity at a particular moment in time. So along with that, what I want you to do is Task Manager, just give us a screenshot. As soon as you can, after you've noted the time, then Windows Shift S and take a screenshot. You can paste this directly into an email. Just go create a new email, press Control V, and it will paste that screenshot directly into the email. You don't have to go through Paint program or anything like that. Now, if you didn't follow those instructions, then please rewind the video. Just watch that portion of the video if you're willing to do this with us. I think that would be a good experiment. Okay, going back to the beginning of Danielle's questioning there. Yeah, HTTP, when we went to HTTPS, all the data going across is encrypted. I don't think that's what Sin Vicious was actually trying to do. Alice, hello. TCP, oh, Sin Vicious, yes, using TCP/IP to encrypt myself. So he wants to prevent Google from seeing it. Once Chrome goes to send the data to Google, it's gone. It leaves your computer. It goes. So you can't manipulate it before it leaves your computer. So that's why I'm saying you'd have to capture it between your computer and the router. You'd have to capture anything that is sent to Google's IP address and manipulate it at that point, or just block it. Why not just, well, if you set up a filter at your router to block that traffic, that just might break your Google Chrome. It just might not work if Google's not receiving any data from you. I'm scanning through these with my eyes, not reading everything. Not reading everything out loud until I see something that I want to. Yeah, ran to Daniel. You won't notice any performance. So you'd have to measure a difference to see any difference. I don't think your computer's not gonna feel faster unless you're doing specific things that are really intensive memory over a long period of time, and then you're measuring in terms of minutes. Alice, scam. Ida, I received that exact mail constantly. They even mock my own webpage email address. Their problem, no camera on my computer. If you're getting that same mail constantly, here's what you could do. Because it's going to come from different email addresses, right? So you can't just block the sender. But if it's that exact email, you can go and create an email filter. Now that's going to vary depending upon whether you're using Microsoft or Gmail or some other vendor, or if you're using Outlook, you can do it directly in Outlook. But you could do something like take this sentence here. I regret to inform you some sad news for you. Control C to copy that. And then what we're going to do is create a filter to block any email that has that text in the body of the email message. Now, the problem is, what if a friend of yours, somebody that you care about, actually sends you a valid email with exactly that text? So maybe we don't want to pick that text. We want to pick something that's a little more unique or obscure. How about this? I have started observing your internet activities on a continuous basis. Do you want to block everything that has that phrase in it? All we're looking for is something to block. So I'm going to go ahead with that. And I'm going to go ahead and create the filter using Gmail. Show how to do this. Brian, I'm noticing your email there. All right, we'll go look at that in a little bit, I think. Let's see, where do I want to go for this? Gear icon, see all settings. So in my Gmail, I didn't bring up my inbox because I haven't looked to see if there's anything I don't want to show there. I went into the settings gear icon and then chose all settings. Then come over here to, actually there's an easier way to do this. Well, filters and emails, create new filter. You could do the create new filter here, but you can actually do it from your inbox too. Create new filter, and subject has the words. None of this includes the body. So we could do subject has these words. I'm going to try there. Will that include the body? Create filter. Apply label forward, delete, never spam. No, this is what to do with it. Is exact match. I think that'll do it. Has the words. It has these words in it. I have started observing your internet activities. Then click create filter. And we could apply a label to it if you want to label it and still have it in your inbox. We could just delete it. We could, we want to send it, we could send it to spam. That says never send it to spam. Always mark as important. No, categorize. We don't want to use categories. I'll also apply filter to now. That's interesting. I don't see an option here for sending it to spam. Create filter. Well, it will go to the delete folder this way and create the filter. So that shows the filter down here. So that would be a way for you to stop letting that come in. Oh, let's go to this email sent by Brian 5 minutes ago. Let's see, there's no email address there, so I have not pre-read this yet. Saying, I demonstrated this last night to the Zoom honeys. I've been using Chrome with AdBlock extension installed. Which AdBlock extension? After several days of seeing, let's see, after scroll this over. I've been using Chrome with AdBlock extensions. After several days of seeing the same warnings. Oh, come on, there's got to be a better way to do this. I don't want to scroll left to right. Let's close this panel. And then zoom down. There we go. I've been using Chrome with AdBlock extension installed after several days of seeing the same warnings from YouTube that others have been describing, the kind that you could just X out of to dismiss it. On Thursday morning, I was greeted with the message shown below from YouTube stating that I could no longer watch any videos. This image below is of your live show on 10/28. The text in the YouTube message says video playback is blocked. Notice that the chat comments still come through except for the video on this or any other YouTube channel. I wonder if this counts as a view. My solution, based on a recommendation from Ken Stow and Greg Guy, was to install Brave Browser. No ad blocker extension needs to be installed. Apparently, such ad blocking must be directly coded into the app's code. Now, if YouTube finds a way to detect that you're using the Brave browser and you're not seeing advertisements, they could come after you. They could block you. They might come up with the technology to do it. So that may be working for now. But here's the message. Ad blockers violate YouTube's terms of service. And here is allow YouTube ads. Now, if you click this, this would be interesting, Brian, if you want to test this, since you're not going to be using Chrome anyway. If you go back to Chrome with the ad blocker, let's see, does this show us what ad blocker he's using? It's that one there. I don't think that doesn't look like, no, it's not uBlock Origin. But if you click on this button, will it automatically reconfigure your ad blocker? Or does it give you instructions how to reconfigure your ad blocker to not block on YouTube? I'd be interested to know how user-friendly do they make this button. And there's the title of the show. Oh, that's not from last week. That's today. Oh, that's right. He said that is today. The image below is of your live show on today. Yeah, he didn't know when I was going to read this email. Yeah, so you still have that configured. You could click on that now. But it's overtime now. We're in overtime. I need to shut down. Try to catch up with chat. I'm going to go to the bottom and see if you're yelling at me about something. Demeanor, second, it happened to me exactly a week ago on Carrie's show, canceling the block in the software on the YouTube page. Returned to the video immediately after activating the block. It hasn't happened since. I do recall seeing that at some point in time, some people experience a message around in this area about that ad blockers violate policy, and there's an X in the upper right corner, and if you close that, you just go forward. But they have warned you, and if you keep continuing with your ad blocker, they will eventually shut you down by doing this type of implementation. That's my understanding of where it's at right now. Emails, $14, I think. Where am I at? Okay, kind of scanning through with my eyes. I'm wanting to shut down soon. I will read through these better after I end the show. Brave Browser is not going to prevent ads. It will get the same warning. People in Brave browser subreddit have resorted to using uBlock origin. Gives instruction on what you need to do to disable it. Oh, okay, so he's telling us what that button does. You click that button, it gives you instructions how to disable the... Does it instructions to disable the ad blocker entirely, or to just configure it to not block on youtube.com? Savi, they are using ad blocker, no origin blocker. Okay, so I guess it's just called ad blocker. All right, that's enough. I'm going to bring the Zoom participants back up. There's only 2 of them. And, oh, you know what? I think I saw Alex come in at some point. And sorry, Alex. William Dawson, Tim Cruz, would you do me the favor of saying goodbye to the audience, unless you have last comments?
Goodbye, everyone. See y'all next time. Doug's live stream friends. Take care. Be safe.
All right, William, you're muted.
Same bat channel, same bat time.
All right. Thank you, William. Thank you, Tim. Okay,
Welcome.
so there's the email address. I'm shutting down Zoom. Zoom is done. If you want to send a question, myself in the chat room can respond to. There's Monday through Friday is the Window Daily Show, about half an hour long. I just saw another glitch. I saw a video glitch. Yeah, it's glitching. Send an email or comment on any video, or you can ask questions in the chat room. So have a great weekend, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.